Just a second. Right. So I welcome all of you to the YouTube live sessions of the GATE Academy. Now, as the exam comes closer and closer, the heartbeat of the students grow faster and louder. Right. So can I know how many of you are feeling the pressure, already feeling tensed with the GATE exam almost around the corner? Okay, it's only 100 days left in your preparation. In fact, we have seen even very good students tumble under pressure and not perform to the potential, and they don't get the deserved marks. And it is all due to pressure. And one of the bigger effects of the pressure is that we could not do a very good planning. Okay, we cannot plan it or we cannot execute it. Now, we are here to help you out in order to ensure that you put your best foot forward in the last 100 days of your GATE preparation. The GATE Academy is always committed to the success of the students, and this is a very small effort from our side to ensure that your effort doesn't go waste. So I welcome you all to this session of last 100 days GATE preparation, and this session is dedicated for all electronics and communication and instrumentation aspirants. Right. So good morning all of you. I'm sure all of you are doing good. Please respond in the chat box. Hi Amini, good morning. Nice to see you. Nice to see you here. Hi Shushmita. Hi Kaustubh. Hi Priya. ECE86, can I know your name? Hi Arjun, Vaishnavi, Nirmal, Hemant, Vinay, Amit, Manoj. Hi Raghu, good morning. Hi Umesh, Raja Gupta. Nice to see you after completing our live sessions of electronic devices. Nice to see you here. Kevin, Kodam, Imtiaz, Arjun, Srinidhi. I'm sure all of you are doing good. Right. So, see, the purpose of this session is to ensure that we make the best possible use of the last 100 days. Okay. And I will be providing you a day-wise planning of it. In fact, I will also share with you the Excel sheet in the comment box. As soon as the session gets completed, I will also share with you the Excel sheet of the plan I have created for you. No matter wherever you stand, there will be different categories of students, right? Those students who have prepared very well till now, almost completed all the subjects till now, right? And maybe 1-2 subjects might be pending for some students. For some students, 3-4 subjects might be pending. And there might be also set of students who have just started their preparation. GATE 22 students might also be attending this session. Okay, and just writing the exam of GATE 21 just to get a flavor of how the GATE examination is. This session is all for all you students. This session is for all you students. In fact, I will be providing you the customized plan for each and every student. Is this session only for EC students? This session is both for electronics and communications and electrical students. So the first agenda of this session is to discuss about the best use of the last 100 days of our valuable time that is left for GATE preparation. And we will also discuss, in fact, students will be having these queries that, sir, there are some set of subjects which are difficult for me. How to approach these subjects? We will also spend some time about discussing this point of how to approach tough subjects and score well in these subjects. And thirdly, we will be taking all the queries of the students. Okay, whatever be the queries of the students, I will be answering each and every query. Only thing is that, okay, so when I'm in a flow of presentation, I would request all the students not to type anything, but listen to what I'm saying. but I will be giving you the slots of asking your queries where you can post your queries. I'm sure everything is fine for you. Is this suitable for electrical, my dear Imtiaz? See, Imtiaz, we will be making a dedicated video for electrical also. We will also make a dedicated video for mechanical. Most likely mechanical video will be on Tuesday and electrical video most likely will be on Saturday. But to get the notification, please subscribe to the channel so that you get the notification of when we are planning these videos. Okay. So hi Vinay. So I think I've answered your question. Right. So coming to a question of who am I? Okay, self-introduction of myself. So myself, Santosh Gundi. I'm currently serving as AVP operations in the GATE Academy. In 2012, I have written my GATE examination for the first time, where I have secured an All India GATE rank of 286. With this rank, I have worked as a trainee scientist in Council of Scientific and Industrial Research for the span of 2 years. And for the past 6 years, I have been associated with the GATE Academy. So this is a quick introduction about myself. Without wasting further time, let us go into the agenda of the session. The first thing I wanted to tell you is the importance of planning. Okay, I'm sure many of you might have already attended the session of 120 days. And this session, even if you don't attend it, even if you didn't attend it, I will provide you each and every thing which is required for the last 100 days. Whatever points which have been specially covered in that video, I will be giving you the times duration of that, so that at least that particular part you can cover over in the other session of 120 days preparation. But if you have time, please make some time to cover 120-day preparation strategy, which is more a generic strategy. It's not a stream wise one, it is a more generic one. Okay, so it will give you all the other ideas. Okay, whereas in this session I will be completely focusing on the subject planning. Okay, my complete focus will be on the subject planning. All the generic planning has been covered in the 120 days preparation strategy. Right. So here we will also see the subject level planning. Okay, what subject, how many number of days we have to give for each and every subject. All those things will be covered in this particular session. Okay, so coming to planning, see, planning is nothing but a blueprint of success. Okay, without planning, no one can be successful, whether it is GATE examination or any other examination, or in fact your life. If you have a very good plan, if you can understand what are the important things, and thereby we can give considerable slots for those things. Now for an examination like GATE, which is such a prestigious examination, which provides us a wide range of opportunities, whether it is MTech, whether it is many students are preparing for PSUs also, and also for the other things like research. Okay, maybe higher education. Not many students, but some number of students might be also thinking about going abroad using the GATE examination rank, or the other opportunities like direct PhD. All these opportunities are there in front of you through the GATE examination. So when you are writing an examination like GATE, it requires a very good amount of planning so that we don't miss out any important area. So this video, we will try to cover all the crucial aspects in the last 100 days. Whatever 100 days of time we are having, we will try to cover all the crucial aspects which are required for the GATE examination. Okay, so this is my word for you. But for this, to make this best, I want all of you to be staying with me till the end. Right. So in fact, this point has been discussed even in the 120 days preparation strategy video, where we have seen that a single plan might not be fitting all the aspirants. It is because every person is different. Every person might have started with a different subject. When they have started their GATE preparation, we might have started with a different subject, right? And also some students might have started recently. Maybe some students might have started last 1 year back, right? So we will be having different categories of students in this session. So I don't want to make a plan which is suiting for only one segment of students. In fact, I will be helping you in planning for all the categories of students attending this session. Okay, so Sumit is saying, so please take a session day by day basis and try to complete more and more tough questions. Okay, so 90% of the syllabus has been completed. How to use upcoming days to strong the concepts? This is a question from Nirmal. Thank you, Kaustap. Thanks a lot for your wishes. Thank you, Rajesh. Okay, so just to be in sync with the 120 days session, I'm here categorizing the students into three categories. Okay, the three categories are alpha, beta, and gamma. Okay, with whatever I'm trying to tell you, you can relate yourself whether you are in an alpha category, you are in a beta category, or in a gamma category. You can respond to my whatever category I'm saying here. Okay, if you fall under alpha category, you can tell me you are under alpha category. If you fall under beta category, you can mention the chat box. And similarly, if you are falling in the gamma category, you can also mention in the chat box so that I can be very specific to your query. Okay, right. So alpha category students are those students who don't have any subject pending. Okay, who have completed their subject preparation. Now, what I mean by subject preparation is that you have at least attended the video lectures of each and every session of the subject. That is the meaning of having no subject pending. You might have completed your video lectures for each and every subject. So for you, I have devised a plan called as study plan 1. The study plan 1 is dedicated for you. Can I know how many of you attending this session are actually falling into alpha category, who have completed their subjects and they're just starting their revision? Very good, Nirmal. And I'm sure many other students attending this session are also falling under alpha category, right? Okay, so if you are falling under beta category, now what is a beta category here? If you're having 1 to 4 subjects pending, okay, 1 to 4 subjects pending, you can consider yourself under beta category. Now, the only difference that you have between alpha category and beta category is that we will be following the same study plan 1, but with some minor modifications, because it is all about completing the subjects. As I can see, Raja Gupta is having only digital subject which is pending. Okay, so whenever you are falling into this category, let us say you are having one subject pending. So what you will do is that next to 1 week, you will try to dedicate to complete that subject. If you're having one subject pending, next to 1 week, you will try to dedicate to that particular subject. So Yamini is saying, sir, I have only half subject which is pending. That is very good. Okay, then you can consider yourself as an alpha category. See, the only difference is that if you have a half subject which is pending, it means that you will start your plan. So this plan will start from tomorrow. Tomorrow is a Sunday. So Sunday is the best possible day to start any plan, right? So from tomorrow onwards, if you have a half subject which is pending, then what you will do is that maybe you will invest 3 days of time to complete of this subject, and you can follow the study plan 1. Rather, the students who are having one subject pending, so what you can do is that for 1 complete week, you can dedicate to complete that subject, and then you can follow the study plan 1. Only thing that is going to happen in your case is that you will be revising the subject only 2 times. Whereas the students who are following the study plan 1 from the day 1, if you are planning the study plan 1, then you will be revising each and every subject 3 times. You will be revising each and every subject 3 times. So those students who are having one subject pending, so what you are going to do is that first 1 week of time, you will be dedicating to complete that subject, and then you will follow this study plan 1. Okay, only thing that you are losing is that you are losing 1 revision of that particular subject. Okay, so whatever subject you are having as pending, you try to ensure that you are putting best possible efforts so that it is not affecting your preparation. Okay, whatever subject is pending, you try to ensure that you are preparing it in a very good manner, so that whatever sacrifice of 1 week of revision, that you can compensate it. The students who are having 2 days of 2 subjects which are pending, then you have 2 weeks of time. Okay, so you can implement the study plan 1 with a delay of 2 weeks. The only problem is that you will not be doing 3-time revision for 2 subjects. You will not be doing 3-time revision for 2 subjects. For remaining subjects, all you are going to do 3-time revision. For the first 2 subjects which you are going to plan, we can only revise it 2 times. The students who are having 3 subjects which are pending, then I would suggest you to sacrifice one of the subject. So when I say a subject, it means that it is having a weightage of at least 5 to 6 marks. If it is having at least a weightage of 5 to 6 marks, then you can consider it as a subject. The subject like COA, which has been added into your syllabus recently, it will not be asked for that many number of marks. You can consider it as 3 to 4 marks. So it is equivalent to that of a half subject. For the students of instrumentation, okay, so process control is a very small subject. Okay, so you will be having small subject. You can consider it as a half subject. Whereas any subject which is having a good weightage of 5 to 6 marks minimum, that you can consider as a single subject. Okay, so the students who are falling into beta category, having 3 subjects pending, then you have to take a call about what to sacrifice, which subject to sacrifice. Now, whatever subject you are sacrificing, what you can do is that, okay, if at all you don't want to sacrifice, then in the next 1 week, you should be doing aggressive planning. See, whenever I'm going to provide you this plan requires 5 hours of your daily time. This plan requires 5 hours of your daily time. Now, if you don't want to sacrifice that subject, then you have to ensure that you are putting at least 8 hours of time, 3 hours for that subject which is not covered. Okay, so who are having 3 subjects, you have to sacrifice 1 subject. Okay, you have to sacrifice 1 subject, because otherwise our revision will be compromised. In the examination like GATE, revision has a very important role. Many students think that, sir, I have completed all the subjects. That doesn't matter. If you have completed all the subjects, it's good, but unless and until you revise it, it is very difficult. Okay, that is the reason why I'm telling you, if at all you have 3 subjects pending, then you have to take a call on one subject. Remaining 2 subjects, we are having 2 weeks time. Okay, you can cover it. If you are able to cover all the 3 subjects within 2 weeks time, I'm very happy, but may not be practically possible. Okay, unless and until you are at least giving 8 hours of valuable time on daily basis. If you're having 4 subjects which are pending, then I would suggest you to compromise 2 subjects. Okay, or you can make an effort in such a way, in the next 15 days, you complete your all 4 subjects. Which is again not very much practically possible, unless and until you are doing a dedicated preparation of GATE examination completely. Okay, then in that case, if you're having 4 subjects, you should ensure that in the next 2 weeks, you complete all the 4 subjects. Okay, so ideal case for me is that if you're having 2 subjects, 2 weeks of time you can invest in completing those subjects. Okay, if you're having 3 subjects, then you have to take a call on 1 subject. If you're having 4 subjects which are pending, then you have to take a call on 2 subjects. Either that is a strategy, or in the next 2 weeks itself, you complete all the 4 subjects, which might be a little difficult, but you can also work on picking the important areas, whatever subject you are not able to put full time, pick the important areas and you can revise that. That is also a very good plan. This is a beta category. The third category of the students are the gamma category students. So the gamma category students are those students who are having more than 4 subjects which are pending. Gamma category students are those students who are having more than 4 subjects which are pending. So in such a case, you have to not get demoralized. Okay, all the gamma category students who have unfortunately started your preparation late. Okay, if you are able to answer it here, that which category you are going to belong to, I can respond to your queries accordingly. Even if you don't respond here, it's completely fine. You can answer it yourself. Okay, so if you are falling to a gamma category, then you have to ensure that you don't give up your preparation, because after GATE examination, we will be having good number of PSU examinations like ISRO, BARC. All these examinations will be there. Now, if you stop your preparation now, then you are doing injustice for those for those exams. So if you are belonging to a gamma category, only thing is that we still have sufficient time to aim for 50 marks. So Electric X is saying that you are belonging to a beta category. Thank you for your response. Okay, so gamma category students, never get demoralized. We have to put our best foot forward. I have devised you a plan called as Subject Plan 2. All the students who have just started your preparation, even in your case, this plan will help you. So I'm sure everyone is clear with the categories of alpha, beta, gamma. So let me see the queries. Okay. So Kaustubh is falling in beta category. So EDC, analog, communication, and aptitude are pending. Okay. See, aptitude, I don't consider it should be pending because, you know, you are engineers. So at any point you can start. You see, aptitude is all about having a good fundamentals of at least 10th class. Okay. That's it. So even if your aptitude is pending, you can start, you know, solving the problems of it. I personally don't consider it as a subject. It's an entertainment for me. Okay, so 2 subjects, 4 subjects are pending from Kaustubh. Okay, Umesh Raja says that, sir, I watched the recorded videos and only took notes without practicing questions. Which category should I belong to? Okay, see, if you have just written notes and you have a clarity of whatever you have written, then you can fall under alpha category. But you should ensure that you're putting extra 2 hours of time at least. So I'm planning for 5 hours, you have to invest 7 hours, so that the 2 hours of time you can increase your problem solving. So Arjun says that, sir, how do I manage gate preparation during semester exams? Okay, so during semester exams, I'm sure that when you are having semester exams, you cannot have more time than 1 hour, right? If I'm correct, you cannot invest more time than 1 hour. But that 1 hour of time that you're investing will keep you in touch with the gate. Okay. But if you're able to invest more amount of time, I'll be happy, but it is not practically possible. So you cannot count those days. So we will be discussing this at the end of the session, Umesh, once again. Okay, because your query is a very different query. So how to ensure that the semester exam days are not counted, but still complete your preparation. I'm sorry, not Umesh Raja, Arjun, right? Are you saying covered syllabus meaning completion of first revision? See, covering syllabus in my case means that you have attended the classes of those subjects. If you have found yourself, you know, completed the first revision, then you are great. Okay. But here, when I'm saying subject pending, it means that you haven't attended the classes of those subjects. So Sumit says that I would request you to upload the score booster video. Yes, we have planned this, and this will be starting in the month of December. Okay, so I have a college online lectures and hardly get 6 to 7 hours every day for gate study. I think 6 to 7 hours is very good. And I also do college assignments and have 4 subjects pending. So is 1 month enough to complete it? Okay, we will be discussing about this. Okay, so if you are having 4 subjects which are pending, then as I told, you have to take call on 2 subjects. Because I need to do assignments as due to pandemic, or CGPA will be more focused on internal marks. My dear students, I wanted to tell one thing, not to demoralize any student, okay, or to discourage any student. See, if you are having a CGPA of more than 6.5, that is sufficient. Okay, I have seen enough. Many cases they will be asking a CGPA of just 6.5. 60% is a minimum criteria that is required. Okay, don't aim for, I mean, you can aim for 8.5, 9 or 10 pointers, but ensure that your gate preparation is not getting compromised. I would say all the students who are writing the gate examination of gate 21, I would say you have to put your gate examination on the top priority. Even if you are not writing it seriously, maybe you are falling under a gamma category, so you're not keeping a hopes of top 100 rank. Even in that case, I would suggest that you have to take this exam seriously, so that after completing the gate examination, you can reassess whether you have to put 1 more year into this examination. Okay, in gate 22 students, of course, you have 1 more year left. You will be understanding your strengths and weaknesses in a better possible manner. So all the students, whether it is 3rd year students or 4th year students, ensure that you are putting best efforts in this last 100 days. Okay, I know you will be having your semester exams, but still during semester exams, at least not to lose touch with the gate, at least invest 1 hour of time on daily basis. Is it fine to start test series? I will talk about the test series in some time, Electric X. Sir, what would be the weightage of EMFT and machines in instrumentation? For instrumentation, the weightage of EMT you can plan around 3 marks. 3 to 4 marks is the ideal weightage. For machines, you will be having a similar weightage of 4 marks, because only the half of the syllabus of electrical has been included in instrumentation, electrical machines. So you might be having somewhere around 4 marks. Okay, so we will go ahead. Viday is saying that ideally how much time, I think we will be answering this query now. CGP of 7.1, is it enough? I feel it is more than enough. If you're having a CGP of more than 7, that should be more than enough. College is becoming a bit hectic. I completely understand. I can empathize your situation, but ultimately you have to ensure that you have to put best efforts in your GATE examination. In spite of, I know that it is sometimes not practically possible to invest good amount of time in GATE, but you should be, because you are attending the classes in your college, so you will be having a good amount of idea that what is the maximum amount of time I can put in your examination, I mean the GATE examination. Okay, so please come up with this data, that how much amount of maximum time you can invest for the GATE examination. Okay, that data will help me out to give you a plan, okay, accordingly. So let us move ahead, my dear students, and rest of the queries I will be taking in installments. Okay, so whenever we are planning the subject plan 1, whenever we are following the subject plan 1, then I have ensured that every subject we are revising 3 times. Once in round 1, second time round 2, third time round 3. So every subject will be revised 3 times. Why I am saying revision is important is because we have to stay in touch with the subject. It's very, very important. Quite often, whenever you open the full length test paper and see, you will be confused. Array, I have studied this, but I cannot recollect it. Why this happens? Why this happens that you, when you are attempting any question, you feel that, okay, I know this, but I'm not able to recollect. This happens because you don't have sufficient revision. You did not have sufficient revision. See, many students do a false thing that they try to, if you're having good number of subjects which are pending, they try to cover all the subjects. They try to cover all the subjects and have less amount of time for revision. This is not going to work in the GATE examination. This is not going to work in the GATE examination if you're having less time for revision. Okay, in this plan, I have ensured that you are going to get 3-time revision of each and every subject. Second, we will be covering subject test and chapter test. We will be covering 8 years of GATE questions. Okay, we will be covering 8 years of GATE questions. If your time permits, you can also add 4 more years to it. If your time permits, you can also add 4 more years to it. There is a reason why I have kept 8 years. Because once you're covering 8 years slot, see, every GATE organization, okay, this time IIT Bombay is conducting. So every GATE organization like IIT Bombay, it will once again conduct after 8 years. So once you are covering the last 8 years, it will give you all varieties. It will give you all varieties. Okay. So if you think, sir, I wanted to cover more papers of IIT Bombay, then what you have to do is that the first 6, I mean the last 6 years, 2020, 2019, 18, 17, 16, 15. So till here you can cover 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and the next 2 years you can do it for 13 and 5, 2005 and 2013. You can consider these papers. But I am also okay if you are only considering the last 8-year papers. Okay, last 8-year papers means starting from 2013, which has been conducted by IIT Bombay, to 2020, which has been conducted by IIT Delhi. So if you are able to cover all these things, you will be having best possible varieties. Okay, why I'm saying only 8 years? Why not 10 years? Why not 12 years? It is because, you know, the last 5-6 years is going to give you the current trend. The last 5-6 years is going to give you the current trend. So you have to do your preparation only according to the current trend. Okay, maybe something which was relevant in 2008, not right now, it is not relevant. Okay, that is the reason why the minimum requirement is that you have to cover 8 years of the papers. If your time permits, then you can also do the next 4 years. You can also do the next 4 years. Okay, this will be the part of the plan. And more importantly, in this plan, we will be also doing 15 plus full length tests. We will be also doing 15 plus full length tests as a part of the study plan. And more importantly, we will also devise some time for score booster sessions. The score booster sessions will be immensely helpful, because what happens in the score booster session is that the faculty will be presenting you the complete subject within let us say a 3-4 hours of time. The complete subject, all the important areas will be covered. Okay, so when you are doing this revision, by mistake, if you have skipped any 2-3 important topics, that will also be covered inside the score booster sessions. Last year, I think it had such a great impact on the ranks of the students. Okay, the score booster sessions, because of the simple reason that it takes you through all the important areas of each and every subject. Okay, so this year also we are going to start the get booster sessions in the month of December. Okay, this is the study plan 1. Coming to the study plan 2, we will not be covering all the subjects. Obviously, we will not have sufficient time to cover all the subjects, but we will be having the selected subjects. I will be giving you what are those subjects. What are those subjects? I will give you the subject names. Okay, this is my preferred subjects, considering the easiness of scoring and the weightage. Okay, so considering these two, I will be recommending you few subjects. But if you feel that other subjects are having a good weightage and you are more confident in those subjects, you can also customize you according to your comfort. Okay, but I will be giving you the selected number of subjects, and for those selected number of subjects, we will be doing round 1, round 2, and round 3. We will be doing round 1, round 2, round 3. It means that we are again doing the 3-time revision, even in the case of study plan 2. It means those students who are still having 5 to 8 subjects pending, or 5 to 10 subjects pending, or just started your preparation, even in your case, you can do this 3-time revision of selected subjects. We can cover the subject test, chapter test. We can also cover the 8-year gate questions, full length test. We cannot cover 15 plus, but we can definitely cover 8 plus full length test. Why I have kept plus here? Because I have planned everything till the January 31st. I have planned till January 31st. After January 31st, okay, if you have sufficient time, you can add 2 more tests to it. You can add 2 more tests to it. So within 31st, I have planned 8 tests for you. Now after 31st, if you are having time, then you can give 2 more tests. And of course, for you also, score booster sessions is going to be very, very relevant. At least for those selected subjects, the score booster sessions are going to become very relevant. Okay, so when I'm talking about round 1, round 2, round 3, in both the plans, in both the study plans, I've talked about round 1, round 2, round 3. Now, what are we going to cover in round 1? In round 1, we will be focusing on revising the notes. We will be focusing on revising the notes. I'm sure many of the students already have the short notes. You have already prepared the short notes. In such a case, I would suggest you to give more amount of your time in short notes. After going through the short notes, you can come back to your actual notes to see if you have missed any important areas. Okay, because now your short notes is going to become more and more relevant, because we are talking about revision. Okay, but if you have unfortunately did not write your short notes till now, don't take it from your friend, because it is of no use. Okay, you have to write it yourself. Once you are doing the revision, then you have to write your short notes, considering what are the important areas. Okay, now how to write the short notes is already covered in a 120-day preparation strategy. So you can note down the time duration where this has been discussed of the short notes. It starts from 25 minutes 24 seconds to 31 minutes. 25 minutes 24 seconds to 31 minutes. So this 5 minutes, it has been discussed about short notes in a very elaborate manner. So in the 120-day preparation strategy video, if you haven't written the short notes till now, and if you want guidelines of what are the things that you have to consider to write your short notes, you can attend the 120-day preparation strategy video. It is available in the Gate Academy channel. So 25 minutes, 24 seconds, you can start. And from there, you can watch the video till 31 minutes. Okay, this will give you a very good amount of idea about short notes. So in case you haven't written short notes for any subject, I would suggest you that you have to write your short notes when the round 1 coverage is going on. And in the same time, we will also be covering about 8-year gate questions. When we are going to cover this 8-year gate questions, I will be mentioning when we see the day-wise plan. Then we will be also doing the subject test and chapter tests. And of course, we will be preparing the short notes. As I told, we will be preparing the short notes. In the round 2, it will be the 2nd time revision, either of the complete notes, if you are comfortable with, or the short notes at least, you will be revising it. But we will be solving both in round 1 and round 2 on daily basis. We will try to cover at least 50 problems. We will try to cover at least 50 problems on daily basis. Whenever you are revising your notes of a particular chapter, we will ensure after completing the theory part, we give sufficient amount of time for problem solving. So here, once again, you have to revise 8-year gate questions. Now, why I'm saying here 8-year gate questions in round 1, 8-year gate questions in round 2 is because of the fact that if you revise the gate questions, then you understand the requirement of the gate exam. If you don't revise the gate questions, you will not understand. Okay, your benchmark should always be the gate questions. Your benchmark should always be the gate questions. Let us say in All India mock test series, when you are writing the test, you come across some question which you haven't covered in the classroom, and you are getting tense, sir, now what to do? Because this topic has not been covered. Should I again go through it, again write the notes for this particular topic? I would say you go to the gate questions and you see whether this topic has been there in the gate questions or not. If it is not there, not to worry. If it is not there, not to worry. If you have time, prepare. Otherwise, don't prepare. Nothing to become tensed. If you see anything new in your test, whenever you are writing the test, if you see anything new, then what you have to do is that you have to go back to your gate previous year paper questions. You have to see whether it has been there or not. If it is not there, forget about it. And the round 2, we will be also covering the score boosters. We will also cover the score booster in the round 2. This is the very, very important part. In round 3, we will be doing the overall revision. In round 3, we will be doing the overall revision. So these are the 3 rounds which we are going to cover both in subject plan 1 and subject plan 2. Now let us open the plan. Okay, so let us see the plan. Now let us talk about the study plan 1. I'm sure it is visible to all of you. Is it visible to all of you? So it's a very good question asked by Kaustav sir. Revision means what? Are we reading the notes of the subject or anything else? See, revision means, let us say that you are starting with signals and systems, okay, and you're studying the first chapter, that is Introduction to Signals and Systems. My idea is that if you're having 4 hours of time, within 2.5 hours, you have to complete your theory preparation. Theory revision has to be completed within 2.5 hours. Remaining amount of time, you have to solve the problems in your notes, or possibly exercise book, or possibly your previous year gate questions. Previous year gate questions, I will be giving a lot more weightage. So once you complete your theory part, class note problems, previous year gate problems. Even if you're covering these 3, it is more than sufficient. What is that? Class note revision. If you have already written your short notes, then you can directly go to the short notes. You can directly go to the short notes because it will be consuming less amount of time. If you haven't written short notes, then of course you are not left with any other alternative than to go through your notes, identify the important areas, write the short notes, then solve the problems which are covered in the classroom, previous year gate problems, previous year gate problem. After a particular chapter gets completed, I would suggest you to write the test. If you haven't written the test till now, let us say that you haven't written the test till now, then I would suggest you that, okay, you can write the test. If you have already written the test, you can go through the questions once. If you have already written the test, then you can go through the questions once. So what you are going to do, let us say Introduction to Signals and Systems, you are starting as the first chapter or the very first day. So you will be completing the theory of that subject. You will be completing the theory of the subject within how much time? Let us say you are having a 4-hour slot. 4-hour slot, you will be completing in 2.5 hours. The remaining 1.5 to 2 hours of time, you will be investing in problem solving. You should ensure that you are at least covering 30 to 35 problems. Okay, you are at least covering 30 to 35 problems you are able to do. Okay, so in that, previous year gate questions are going to play a very, very important role. So whatever last 8-year questions I have told, so if you are able to complete for this chapter, it will be very good for you. And whenever you are starting your plan, you are not doing one subject, you are doing 2 subjects. What are those subjects? One is your technical subject, the other is your general aptitude and mathematics. There is a reason why I have included general aptitude and mathematics. Why? It is because, whenever you are solving any problems of general aptitude and mathematics, there are 2 big advantages due to this. One, it is very important. Second, it will be a stress buster for you. Whenever I used to prepare during my old days, I used to always do this, that I used to always keep some time for mathematics and aptitude. Now, what is that time I'm going to keep? Whenever I feel sleepy, whenever I feel tired, at that time, I used to open these general aptitude problems and engineering mathematics problems, and then I used to solve some problems. I used to become active. Okay, so like that you can utilize your general aptitude and mathematics. Okay, so if you are having 5 hours of time, out of 5 hours you can give 1 hour for general aptitude and mathematics, and the remaining 4 hours of time you can dedicate to your technical subjects. Whatever technical subjects you're having, the remaining 4 subjects, 4 hours you can dedicate to it. And all those 4 hours, how are you going to utilize it? In the 4 hours you can to complete your theory as fast as possible within 2 hours, and the remaining 2 hours, 2.5 hours of time you can give it for your problem solving. If you're able to that on daily basis, if you're able to solve at least 40-50 problems, then you're doing a very good job. If you're able to solve 40-50 problems, which is practically possible, which is definitely practically possible, that you can solve around 40-50 problems on daily basis. If you're having 5 hours of time, I feel it is definitely possible. Maybe a 10-15 problems in mathematics general aptitude, and maybe another remaining 25-30 problems in the remaining subject. That is your technical subject. So how much time I have given here for signals and systems chapter wise regarding its considering its importance? I have given 7 days of time for this. And then control systems, I have given again 7 days of time. Network analysis, I have given 7 days of time. Now you see here, I have inserted All India mock test series. Okay, when I'm starting my All India mock test series, when am I starting my All India mock test series? I am starting on 4th of November. On 4th of November, I am starting my All India mock test series. Okay, you might be asking, sir, 4th November is very early for me. I have just completed my syllabus. I did not gain confidence. Don't listen. If your mind is saying all these things, don't listen to it. Direct attack to the All India mock test series, because here we are not thinking of getting good marks. Whenever you are writing your first 4 tests, remember, when you are writing your first 4 tests, the idea is not to score high. The idea is not to score high. The idea is that you are ensuring you are setting your mind for the examination environment. You are setting your mind to the examination environment. So how to utilize your 3 hours of time, you can best understand if you start writing your tests as early as possible. I'm telling you, might be you will be ending up with something like 25 marks, 20 marks, 30 marks. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it if you are ending up with very less number of marks. It's completely fine. What is more important is that you are giving yourself opportunity of writing more number of tests. You are giving yourself opportunity of writing more number of tests. And after writing, one more thing that happens when you are writing test is that you will understand all the important areas. When you are writing the test, you will also understand all the important areas. Yes or no? Because every paper will have an analysis. It will be formed only with the help of analysis. Okay, so when you are writing the test, you are actually going through those particular questions. You start solving those questions. When you start solving these questions, even if you are not able to solve, but you have attempted it, that is more important, because after submission of the test, you will be going through the solution of it. That will make your revision of the other subjects more purposeful. Let us say signals, controls, networks you are doing here. There is a question of electronic devices. There is a question of electromagnetic theory. There is a question of communications. Okay, even if that is the case, you will at least go through the question, right? You will at least go through the question. Maybe out of 5 questions, you might have attempted 2 questions. Okay, and the remaining 3 questions anyway, after submission of the test, you will be going through it. Now, when you are doing this, the biggest advantage is that when you study the subjects of electronic devices, when you study the subject of electromagnetic theory, you already know how you have performed in this test. So that will help you to make your revision more purposeful. That will help you to make your revision more purposeful. So mark my words, if you are able to write more number of tests, first 4 tests, take it as a warm-up. First 4 tests, just take it as a warm-up. Go there, sit there, try to see whether you are able to solve the question or not. It is just to make this habit. It is just to make this habit, you have to write your first 4 tests. It is not to score more number of marks, but to go through the test, how the paper is. Okay, at least signals, controls, you have covered it. Okay, you should be in a position to answer it very well. If you are not able to answer, you will be asking yourself why you have not done it. Okay, remaining subjects, you will try to attempt it. Even if you didn't attempt it, you know you are going to revise it once again. That's not a very big problem for us. But it's very important for us. It's very important for us that you have to attempt it. You have to attempt it. You have to analyze every question. See, if you ask your seniors, why did they lose marks? They will be telling it is because of negative marking they have lost marks. They have not done sufficient practice of writing tests. That is the reason why many students do not perform well in their GATE examination. Please don't do the same mistake. Please don't do the same mistake. Very less number of students will say, sir, the paper was very difficult. It is difficult. It is difficult for all, right? But more often the answer is going to be, if I had another 5-10 days of time left, I would have done very well. Okay. If you don't want to give yourself the same excuses that your seniors have given, then ensure that you start writing your tests as early as possible. You start writing your tests as early as possible. So similarly, for network analysis, chapter wise, we have given 7 days. And then comes the analog, which is a connected subject to this, okay, which we have given 8 days of time. Digital, again, we have given 7 days of time. Okay, 7 days, 6 days of time, I guess. Okay, then we have kept here COA, which is for electronics and communications. Okay, and for instrumentation, microprocessor, microcontroller, which is planned on 26th. On 27th, 28th, you're doing COA. This is for electronics and communications. See, this is already there. See, this video is available in after completion of the session. This will be available recorded, and also I will be providing you this plan, okay, in the form of an Excel sheet. Okay, after the completion of this video, I will provide you this plan in the form of an Excel sheet, so you can go through this. You can go through this. You can also customize this according to your requirement. I'm not saying that you have to follow the same order. You can change the order, but the only difference is that you should not change the number of days allotted, because number of days allotted is something is a function of the weightage that subject carries. Okay, and the length, the length of the subject. Considering these two things, we have given a number of days which is allotted to each and every subject. So please don't change it, but you can just place the subjects wherever you want. Okay. So electromagnetic fields, in the case of ECE and instrumentation, there is a electromagnetic fields which have been added in your syllabus that you will cover in the first 3 days, November 29, 30 and 1st December. Electromagnetics, then electronic devices, and for instrumentation it is machines and transducers. Communications, which is a common subject, and communications to an extent, some part of it is not there in the instrumentation syllabus. There you can cover optical instrumentation. And from there, so 24th December is the last day. 24th December is the last day for your round 1. For your round 1. 25th December, you are going to start the round 2, where you are going to cover 2 subjects at a time. Where you are going to cover 2 subjects at a time. Okay, so here you can see I have written something like, okay, on 16th of December, on 23rd of December, I have written something like full length test or other coaching test. See, full length test is already available in your LMS. The GATE Academy students, it is already available in LMS. AMTS is already available, and full length test is also available. The reason why I've written other coaching test is because you can write the other coaching test also. Why? What is the importance of it? Given that we have already taken an admission in the GATE Academy, what is the purpose of writing the other coaching tests? It is just to ensure that you are not missing out anything. Because if I'm a subject faculty, I will be having my own thought process of framing a particular question. But if you are attending the tests of the other coaching tests, you will be having more number of ideas or varieties of framing the questions. So that is the reason why I would recommend not more, at least 4 or 5 other coaching tests. Wherever I have written full length test, there you can also opt for other coaching test. You can opt for other coaching tests. I'm perfectly fine with this. Right. So then we are going to start our round 2 from the 25th of December. So you can see signals and controls we are going to cover. Right. So it will signals controls get completed by 29th of December. And 31st of December, you will be doing analog and networks, which are connected subjects. Okay. So then you will do digital COA. So like this, you are going to have a plan which is available. So round 2, where is it going to complete? The round 2 will be completing by 18th of January. 18th of January is the last date for round 2, and from there onwards you're going to start your round 3. From there onwards to the end, you are going to do the round 3. Okay, so meanwhile you can see your mathematics and aptitude, we are trying to cover as many number of times as possible. Aptitude and mathematics, each and every chapter we are trying to cover as many number of times as possible. Right, so this is how we have done the planning for study plan 1. Okay, now let us go for the Gamma students. My dear Gamma students, next 44 days of time, you can invest in your syllabus completion. Please try to complete your syllabus, whatever subjects that we have planned. I will tell you what are the subjects I am going to recommend you to complete the syllabus. Try to complete the syllabus. Try to watch the video lectures recorded. Okay, if not live, please try to watch it recorded so that you can do it faster. Within 44 days, you have to complete the remaining subjects. What are the remaining subjects? I will tell you the list of subjects. You have to complete at least those subjects. Remaining subjects you can leave. Remaining subjects you can leave. Whatever subjects I am going to recommend you, at least you try to cover those subjects. At least you try to cover those subjects in the first 44 days. And then you can start your study plan 2. Then you can start your study plan 2, which is from 45th day till the gate examination day. Okay, from the 45th day till the gate examination day, you can do your study plan. You can evaluate. You can follow the study plan 2. Okay, so what are the preferred subjects? I would be recommend, of course, no one is going to leave engineering, mathematics, and general aptitude. These are the two very important subjects, and also one of the easiest subjects that you can score upon, which are collectively going to give you a marks of 28, right? So this you're going to cover under your bucket. And apart from that, we will be covering the technical subjects like signals, controls, digital, networks. These are the 4 technical subjects which are mandatory. You have to cover it. And if you have time to cover, I would love you to cover the analog or electronic devices, whatever is comfortable to you. See, electronic devices, there are only 3 important chapters: semiconductor theory, PN junction theory, MOSFET. These are the 3 very important chapters that we are having. Whereas in the case of analog, it is slightly bulky. Analog is slightly bulky. So if you are an ECE student, I would be recommending you to cover electronic devices. If you are an instrumentation student, I would recommend you to cover analog. This is the 7th subject if your time permits. If your time doesn't permit, you can cover only 6 subjects. If your time doesn't permit, you can cover only 6 subjects. Students might also have a query, sir, can I take any other subject than what is covered here? I don't have any problem. You can cover any other subject in the place of whatever subjects which have been listed here. But the only thing is that select such a subject which is comfortable to you, number 1, which will help you to score well. That subject should not be in such a way that it is very unpredictable to score in that in that subject. It should not be like that. If you are feeling it easy, if you are comfortable with the previous year gate questions, you can select that subject in the place of whatever subject you are feeling comfortable. Okay, see, engineering, mathematics, and general aptitude mandatory, they have to be there. The remaining 4 subject selection, it can be completely customized and according to your requirement. It can be completely customized and it can be according to your requirement. Is that clear, all of you? Is that clear? So you have to select the gamma category students. The first thing you have to do is that you have to select your preferred subjects. And in the next 44 days, starting from tomorrow, next 44 days, you have to ensure that you complete the syllabus of these subjects. You should ensure that you complete the syllabus of these subjects at any cost within the next 44 days, so that you can start your preparation. You can start your study plan 2 from the 45th day till the date of the gate examination. This plan will ensure that you are going to get at least 50 marks. Okay, but if you have to ensure that everything goes as per plan and nothing you are going to lose out. That will ensure you that you will be getting at least 50 marks in your bucket. Now, what is the total weightage of these subjects? Whatever subjects I have covered, including including the 7th subject, the weightage will be 70. If you are not considering the 7th subject, then the weightage is around 60 to 62 marks. The weightage is around 60 to 62 marks if you are covering only 6 subjects. If you are covering 7 subject, then you are also going to add some 8 marks of weightage to it. Okay, so this is how we are going to select the preferred subjects. Now let us open the plan. Okay, I'm once again telling you, this plan will be available to you. Now, when you open the plan here, you can see the plan which is similar to the top what we have discussed on study plan 1. Whatever plan I'm doing here, it is similar to the top, the study plan 1. The only difference is that I have kept some orange colors here. This is to accommodate the revision of the 7th subject. So 7th subject also requires the revision, right? 1 to 44 days you're trying to cover the subject, but you have not started the revision. Revision will be starting on the 45th day only. If at all you have covered the 7th subject during your 44 days, then these orange colors will give you the slots of covering the 7th subject. Also, what you can do is that you can push the 7th December slot to the bottom, and you can start the controls ahead so that collectively we will be having a time for the seventh subject. Okay, so here 1 day of time I have saved for the seventh subject. Here the second day of time I've saved for the second subject. Whereas in the remaining subjects, remaining days, I'm covering signals, controls, networks. Okay, so third buffer I'm having here. And lastly, 31st and 1st and 2nd January, I'm having 3 buffers. Okay, 31st, 1st and 2nd January, I'm having 3 buffers. So totally, we are having 6 days for the 7th subject. 6 days for the 7th subject. So almost for each and every subject, now we are going to have 6 days of time for preparation. 6 days of time for preparation. Apart from that, you are also having your second subject, that is your linear algebra, which is mathematics, fundamentals and equation, which is general aptitude. So here you are going to cover it till the GATE examination like this. Okay, so when are we going to cover the round 1? The round 1 will be completed by the 2nd of January. From 4th of January, you will be starting your round 2. You will be starting your round 2. Okay, so you will go ahead. You will go ahead with the round 2 subjects at a time. Right. So this we are going to do it till the 16th of January. Till the 16th of January, you are going to do the round 2. Okay, and round 3 will be starting from 18th of January. Round 3 you're going to start from 18th of January. Acha, if you have covered the 7th subject, you can start the round 2 of that subject along with the of networks and digital. Along with the of networks and digital, you can plan the revision of the round 2 of the 7th subject if you have already covered the 7th subject. Okay, I told you 7th subject is only if only possible you can cover the 7th subject. If it's not possible, you can leave it. Okay, but if you have covered, then you can see the buffer slots, orange color slots we have kept for the subject 7, and also you can give some time during your round 2 for the second revision. Okay, so now here you are having the round 3, which starts from the 18th of January. From the 18th of January, your round 2 is going to be till 30th of January. So meanwhile, you are able to see that engineering, mathematics and general aptitude is going on. So if possible, we can also keep a slot here for engineering mathematics dedicatedly over here in this slot, and general aptitude, we can give a dedicated slot from 25th of January to the 30th of January. We can include along with this. But if not, anyway, if you're not finding time anyway, we are doing this continuously. Okay, we are doing this continuously. Okay, so this is the subject plan 2. Okay, so subject plan 1 and subject plan 2 are not very different. They are similar, but having the customization which is required for the gamma category students. It's having customization for the gamma category students. So this is how the planning is. Okay, now let us talk about handling the difficult subject. See, why the subject is difficult? The subject is difficult because you did not study properly during your semester time. That is the reason why any subject is difficult. There is no other reason whatsoever for any subject being difficult. Many students say electromagnetic theory is a difficult subject. Why they say? Because of the fact that they didn't study properly during their semesters. But if you ask me a question, whether it is difficult, is the complete subject difficult or only some segments of it is difficult? I would say it is only some segments of it is difficult. So whenever you are handling any tough subject, whenever you are looking into any tough subject, ask yourself a question: is the complete subject difficult or the certain areas of this subject is difficult? Most likely the answer is that it is that certain areas of that subject is difficult. Now, are these certain areas important in the examination or they are having average or less importance? The answer more likely is going to be that those difficult areas are majorly not asked. For example, if you are talking about electromagnetic theory, which is for ECE students, so what are the syllabus you're going to have? You're going to start with introduction, which we are going to cover the spherical coordinate systems and vector calculus. Vector calculus already covered in mathematics, right? There is nothing big you're going to study. Okay, that's the basics. Okay, so many students feel difficulty in the coordinate systems, or many students might feel difficulty in the vector calculus part, but leave it. Next, you are going to start with the top electromagnetic wave propagation. So when you're talking about the electromagnetic wave propagation, it is one of the very easy. Why? What are the questions? It comes from the propagation in the medium. Propagation in medium is very simple. It is only 3-4 formulas which is required for that. Propagation in medium, polarization, just the understanding of polarization. You can just look at the question and answer it. Polarization, normal incidence, it only revolves around 2-3 formulas. When you're talking about the normal incidence, it revolves around 2-3 formulas. Oblique incidence, many students feel difficult but not important. Many students feel oblique incidence difficult, but it is not important. Understand? So whenever you're talking about any tough subject, you have to answer why it is tough. It is tough because you haven't studied properly or any reason. Next thing is that, is the complete subject tough or only some areas of the subject is tough? More often than not, you will end up with the situation where only some of the areas is tough, not the complete subject is tough. The third thing is that, are the focal areas difficult? Are the focal area, so what is the focal area? The areas from where the questions come from, are they difficult? Okay, in the electromagnetic theory, I was giving you an example. Electromagnetic wave propagation is one of the simplest. Okay, and it is just having some certain number of formulas. If you are aware, comfortable with the formulas, if you solve more number of problems, you will become very comfortable. Next, you have transmission lines. Transmission lines is more like network analysis. It's never like an electromagnetic theory. It's very simple, and repeatedly questions come from this. Waveguides, you have one formula from which consistently the questions have come. What is that formula? Cutoff frequency. From the cutoff frequency, so many times, if you open your gate question bank and see, so many number of times the question has come from the cutoff frequency. Only one formula, you are able to get good number of questions. It means that whenever you are talking about any subject, no matter how difficult it was during your semester time, you have to ask yourself this question: why it is difficult? If it is difficult, is it the complete subject difficult or only some areas? Just like electromagnetic theory, there are so many derivations which are there, which makes this subject difficult. But are the derivations important in the examination? They are not important. Then why are you worrying about it? Next, the focal areas. The focal areas of the subject revolve around electromagnetic wave propagation. Antennas, I agree, that little difficult. But apart from that, waveguides, transmission lines, these are easy. These are not difficult at all. So why I'm saying this point is because many students hear the name of the subject and they say, I will drop it. I will tell you, the other disadvantage of dropping this subject is that you will suffer in the remaining competitive examinations. It has happened when I have written my 2012 ISRO examination. I many a time have given this example for my students. If I haven't given, I'm telling now. See, electronics and communications ISRO examination in 2012. Almost 40% of the paper is filled with electromagnetic theory. Almost 40% of the paper is filled with electromagnetic theory. The students who have left it during the gate, I'm sure they did not perform well in their ISRO examination. So please don't end up with this scenario unless and until, as I told, alpha category students, you don't have any subject which is left. You should not even dare to leave any subject, because you have already covered the syllabus of all the subjects. Okay, you should never think about leaving any subject. Beta category students, okay, 1 to 2 subjects, you should never think about leaving any subject. If you're having 3-4 subjects, then you have to take a call of removing any subject or just covering the important areas of those subjects. Okay, if you are of beta category, only 1-2 subjects you have to take this call. If you are belonging to gamma category, as I told, you should devise a strategy so that you have a selection. Okay, you can select the subjects from the bunch of subjects that you're going to have. You have to select at least 6 subjects, but if you're able to cover 7, 8, then you are increasing your chance of scoring more number of marks. If you are covering 6, then you have to think about scoring somewhere around 45-50 marks. If you are covering 7, you should be thinking about 50 plus marks, 55 marks. If you are covering 8, then you have to be thinking about covering at least 60 marks. You have to try to get around 60 marks. This is how the planning has to be. This is how the planning has to be. This is how you have to handle the tough subjects also. I once again wanted to repeat one point I already told you, is that any subject, whenever you are attempting your All India mock test series, if you find any topic, especially during the last 40-50 days, if you find any question in the All India mock test series, which you find is difficult or you haven't covered in the class, don't panic. Because I've seen very small reasons students lose confidence. This is one of the reasons. They see something which is not important. Okay, some new topic, they get tensed. Don't do that. Okay, just quickly go back to the gate question bank and see whether it is important or not. If it is not important, leave it. Don't think about it. Don't worry about it. You should always think, if you see anything new, it's a learning for you. If you are seeing anything new, it's a learning for you. You should not think that, I don't know what to do. Okay, so if you really find that, okay, that topic which has been not taught in your class, but it is important according to the gate question bank, then you can raise your concern with us. Okay, you have a provision of doubt solving, right? So you can ask your queries on daily basis and ensure that your queries are getting resolved wherever you are having a problem. So we faculties will be very active during the last 100 days, ensure that we are resolving your queries on time, very much on time. Okay, and also during the discussion of tough subjects, I told you that there are some focal areas of every tough subject which are not really difficult. They are slightly easy only. So if you are struggling to find out those focal areas, you can comment below this video, or you can post asking about the focal areas of this tough subject. Whatever tough subject you are having, you can ask us regarding what are the focal areas of the tough subject. I will try to help you out. Okay, so this brings us to the end of the session. Okay, so if you are having any other query, you can please ask. Okay, otherwise we can complete the session. So meanwhile, let me also go through that if at all I missed any of the queries. Thank you, Arupam. Thanks a lot. Okay, Kaustubh Gaikwad says that third year student, I find it better to crack in the first attempt so that we will get 1 year preparation. Absolutely correct, Kaustubh. Absolutely correct. You're damn right here that yes, all the third year students have to definitely think about writing their GATE examination very seriously. Even if you find yourself in Gamma category, nothing to worry. You still have 1 more year of time, right? That's the biggest advantage. If you're able to get, remember, if you're able to get 50 marks in the first attempt, then you can easily target for 80 plus marks in the second attempt. Okay, Electric X, I would suggest you to attend the session of electrical. Okay, the electrical session that we have. Okay, so electrical student, you can solve the questions of previous year questions of electrical without fail. If time permits, then you can see a ECE also. Otherwise, electrical itself is sufficient. All the material provided in the GATE classroom, is it fine to grab the concepts? Definitely yes, especially the exercise book will help you a lot for this. Please also make a video of how to start the revision for a beginner. Arupam, I think whatever study plan 2 that we have discussed is for the beginners only. You have to select those subjects. You have to ensure that within the first 44 days, you try to complete the syllabus. And from the 45th day onwards, you can follow the study plan 2. Okay. Arvind is asking a question that, sir, I have some. Okay. Okay, so I got your question. So basically, you are saying that you have attended the classes of electromagnetic theory and you're not feeling confident in some of the areas. Should I attend the classes once again? What I would suggest is that you go through the notes. If you're not feeling confident, then only those areas you can once again go through the recorded lectures. I think you have the recorded lectures of the session. You can go through those recorded lectures in those areas which you are feeling not confident. Please let me know. Please tell me that, see, any subject is actually going to take very valuable time of yours. Okay, at least 40-50 hours of valuable time goes into that subject. Now, considering that, okay, you are having only 100 days, I would never recommend to attend the dedicated sessions, okay, subject wise, because it will take a lot of time. And when you attend these sessions, then you are not left with sufficient time to revise. So what I would suggest is that if you feel that any of the topic you're not feeling confident, then only for those topics you can go through the lectures. Apart from that, you can follow your notes. Kaustubh is asking that, sir, I'm solving the problems of ECE question papers from previous 30 years. Is it sufficient? Definitely yes. I think considering that we are having only 100 days of time, so I don't recommend now to go through the last 30 year questions unless and until you take the remaining year problems as a simple practice questions. If you're considering it as a simple practice questions, then it's completely fine. But 8 years should be fine for us. 8 years should be fine for us. Considering that we have to, why we are solving the previous year GATE problems, just to understand how the questions are going to get asked. Okay, to understand this, 8 years should be sufficient, considering that we are having only 100 days of time, because each and every day or each and every hour is going to be very, very valuable to us. So let us put our best possible time. I feel that 8 years of the papers should be sufficient. If you're having more number of sets, some students might also ask a question that, sir, in 2014 we are having 4 sets, in 2015 we are having 5 sets, then it becomes very bulky. Then I would say you at least follow one set. You at least follow one set of every year. For civil, again, there will be a dedicated session. Most likely on next Saturday, you will be having a session on civil engineering. You can attend that. AMTS will be available on LMS. Yes. 70 plus for below 100. Yes, definitely 70 plus will make you fall under 100. Okay, and it depends upon the paper also. If the paper is difficult, then 70 plus will ensure you mark 100. But if the paper is difficult, I mean easy, then of course it's like a race, right? So 70 plus might not give you an assurance, might not give you an assurance of 100. At least you might be getting somewhere around 500, 600 if the paper is easy. I find the transmission lines more tough. Attend the lectures. Okay, please attend the lectures and then speak. Okay, the video lectures are available in the LMS. So please attend the lectures and then tell me whether it is difficult or not. Just attend the lectures. Okay. We generally teach this topic for maybe a 5-6 hours of time. But within the 5-6 hours, I think we can do maximum amount of, you can cover all the important areas which are important in the examination. Thank you, Shushmita. Wish you all the very best. Can I get the PDF, sir? Because the previous 120-day plan got shuffled. Yes, definitely. I will be providing you exactly after completion of the session. I will be providing you the Excel sheet in the comment box. So previously I used to spend 9.5 hours for GATE preparation, but due to college 9 to 4 and GATE classes from 5 to 8:30, I'm not able to keep up that time. What to do? Okay, that's why I told that, see, if you are having some subjects which are left, then what I would suggest you is that you stop watching the live lectures and ensure that you are watching the recorded lectures. Okay, try to complete the subject within the next 2 weeks. If you are falling yourself into an alpha or beta category, alpha category doesn't, I think it's not for you. But if any subject is left, then you are falling into obviously beta category. So if you're falling into beta category, then try to complete within 2 weeks. Whatever subjects are possible, you try to complete, then start your revision. Then you can start your revision. Then whatever 5 hours of time you are having, that will be sufficient to ensure that you perform very well in your examinations. How many tests should we solve? I think if you have seen the study plan 1, we have put time for 15 plus tests. We have put time for 15 plus tests. In subject plan 2, in study plan 2, we have given at least 8 tests. So if you are falling under gamma category, then try around 10 tests. Okay, 8 is the minimum. Okay, and if you are able to follow whatever has been recommended to you in this session, that is very good. Okay, so but if you are taking any deviations, then ensure that you are compensating it and writing at least 8 tests. Okay, and maximum you can find for 10 tests. Okay, if you have completed all the subjects, then you have to mandatory write 15 tests. 15 is the minimum number you have to write. What should be given more priority, number of revisions or number of problems? See, whenever you're doing revision, what are the components of revision? Revising the theory, revising the problems of your classroom, revising the previous year GATE question bank. And then if your time permits, then you can go through the subject test and chapter test. If you can attempt subject test and chapter test. If your time doesn't permit, you can just go through. So in the process, how many problems we are covering? On an average, we are covering around 30-40 problems on a daily basis. Okay, if you just add 10 more problems, 10 to 15 problems that you are covering in the general aptitude, then you are there with the number of 50. And 50 problems you are covering on daily basis, it's not a small thing. You are covering huge number of problems in that case. Is the chapter test and subject test important? Definitely yes. When you are covering the subject one by one, just like the way signals is going on, you are covering it one by one. At that time, I would suggest you to write the subject test and chapter test. If not chapter test, at least subject test, please write it, because it will give you a holistical idea about it. Please also arrange a civil engineering branch. Definitely yes. That is scheduled. Most likely it will be on the Saturday, next Saturday. So 50 problems, then at least 12 to 15 problems, which I'm unable to solve. That's okay, Kaustav. That is completely fine. Okay, if you're not able to solve 12 to 15 problems, you're learning, right? All the problems which you could not solve it, you put a star mark. All the problems that you're not able to solve it, you put a star mark, because second time when you're coming for the revision, you can go through those star mark problems. And you're doing a 2-time revision, right? You're doing 3-time revision. So first revision, you're going through the problems. So whatever unsolved problems, whatever problems you could not solve, second revision you can come and again go through them. Third revision also you can go through them. Okay, so that will solve your problem. In some topics, after revising the subjects, I am not able to solve the gate questions. What should I do? That is the purpose of solving the problems again. That is the reason why we have kept some time for the previous year gate questions. Okay, why we have kept some time for previous year gate questions? It is for the same reason. Okay, when you are solving these questions you could not solve, then go through the concept. Okay, you have to understand why you did not solve that problem. Okay, that is very important, that once you realize, see, whenever you are solving the problem, when you are attempting to solve the problem, maybe 60% of times you might solve the problem, 40% of times you might not solve the problem. That is the reason why you have to go through the solution. After going through the solution you could not understand, you can go through your class notes. After going through your class notes you could not understand, then put your question in the doubt solving portal. Telling us where exactly you are facing a problem. We will respond to it. Right? What should I do for the 2021 period? I'm sorry, I didn't get your question once again. Okay, so Farooq, so you will be having a dedicated session of civil engineering next Saturday. You please attend the session. Okay. How many times did you revise when you are preparing? Yes, I have followed the strategy. I have minimum revised it. See, I used to always carry my short notes. The last 10 days, whenever I used to write my exams, I just used to go through the short note, nothing else. Okay. So first attempt, whenever I was preparing, I used to write my short notes. And whenever I'm doing my revision, I've started my revision and I used to go through these short notes. And if time permitted for any subject, I used to go through the full length notes. I used to give prime time for my short notes, revising the problems, because problem revision is very, very important. Okay, so should we attend the digital classes, which is going to start? I would suggest Raja Gupta that you try to cover it from LMS itself, because once you're able to cover within LMS, it will save a lot of time. Then you can attend the classes, live lectures, you know, that from 9:15 to 9:30. More often you will be having a doubt solving part only. So if you're having any queries, you can attend the doubt solving part of the session, and then you can post your queries. Okay, so that is the best possible time, because I told you that within the next 2 weeks you have to ensure that you cover your syllabus. I think you have only one subject left, so you should aim to complete it within the next 1 week. So many formulas are there in engineering. I mean, electromagnetics, how to remember any shortcut. See, I will tell you, whenever you are talking about formulas, the comfort with the formulas will come with the comfort with the subject. Okay, never ever you can only remember formula. If you are following the strategy of only remembering the formula, it's not a very good strategy. You have to understand the topic, you have to solve the problems, thereby through revision you will remember the formulas. It is just not by mugging up you can remember any formula. Please understand this point. Okay, you cannot mug up the things and remember the formulas. Never it is going to be possible. Similarly, when you are approaching electromagnetic theory, you have to understand the concept, you have to solve the problems, then you have to think about remembering the formula. Straight away remembering the formula is never going to work. Get comfortable with the subject, because I think you are in third year. Okay, you have a very good amount of time, right? Get comfortable with the subject, then think about remembering any formulas. See, when I told about electromagnetics, okay, if it's a difficult subject, how to cover it for the gate 21, I told you to focus on the important areas. At least go through the classes of the important areas, try to understand what is there, try to solve the problems, then you will get the confidence to remember it. Never we have to think about mugging up the things. Okay, it is one of the bad things that you can do by mugging up the things in the whatever formulas we are talking about, whatever subject we are talking about. It is not going to help, because obviously when you attend the tests, you are going to have the questions which are tricky. Okay, you have to read the question very carefully. Understand, reading the question carefully becomes very, very important for us. Okay, so if you are mugging up, what you will do, whatever formula you have, you try to apply it, might be not yours, right? Reading the question carefully, you will do mistake, you are getting negative marks. Okay, so you're going to struggle more if you are not understanding the subject carefully. How can understanding theories well? I think yes, understanding the theory is very, very important to do well in the GATE examination. That is the reason why whatever 4 hours of time you're having, I'm suggesting you to go through theory at least for 1.5 to 2 hours. Remaining time you can apply. The problem solving is only about applying the theory. Okay. Sometimes by solving the problems, you can understand the theory much better, right? Major project work, will it I think this question is from Raghu, that major project that we are going to do, is it going to reflect in the recruitment? No. See, I'm not saying it is not important, but as of now GATE is more important. Your marks that you're going to get in GATE examination is more valuable than your project that you're going to do. Okay, you might have some ways of bypassing, okay, this question whenever it is asked in your PSUs, but there is no way of bypassing your GATE, right? So many students do not do the project work very well. That is completely fine, acceptable, because of the fact that during your final year you can focus only on one thing. We cannot focus on multiple things, right? So if you're preparing for the GATE examination, please ensure that you're putting majority of your time inside your GATE preparation. Project, if you're not able to find time, it is okay, because when you're preparing for your interview, you can plan your answers. Okay, so how to answer if at all this question has been asked, okay, that we can do later. As of now, we have to focus on preparing the examination seriously and very well, right? So will the university dates and the exam date clash? No, I don't think it will happen, right? I think I've taken majority of the queries that have been asked by the students. Okay, and I wish this session is very, very helpful for you, right? And if at all you are finding this session helpful, please do share with your friends, like this video. Okay, and if at all you wanted to have more updates regarding the similar videos we are going to make in future, we are planning to make good number of videos both for 21 aspirants and 22 aspirants, and also future GATE aspirants. Okay, so please subscribe to the channel to not miss any of the notification regarding all important videos. So with these words, I wanted to end up the session. Thanks a lot for attending the session. If you're having any queries, you can post to us on quality@thegateacademy.com, or you can call to this number. I thank all of you for attending the session and wish you all the very best.